A front-load washer can run for years sounding like nothing. Then one day, mid-spin, it starts making this low, growling roar, like the whole machine suddenly learned how to impersonate a small jet. And that sound triggers an almost automatic thought. Bearings. Because bearings are supposed to be simple, right? A bearing is a bearing. A couple metal rings, some balls, a little grease. Surely this is the rare appliance problem that's both obvious and cheap. And sometimes it is. But if you've ever looked into a front-load washer bearing repair, you've probably had a very different experience. Wildly different quotes, people online saying it's totally doable, and other people saying don't even try, and parts diagrams that look like the washer was never meant to come apart. So here's the real question. Is a bearing repair worth it? The surprising part isn't the answer, it's what the question is secretly asking. The diagnosis makes sense because the symptom is so specific. A worn bearing doesn't usually make random noises. It makes a steady, speed-related growl that gets louder as the drum spins faster. If you rotate the drum by hand and it feels rough, or you can hear a faint grinding, your brain goes, okay, rotating thing, rough, bearings. Done. Also, we're trained by other machines. A skateboard wheel bearing? Replace it. Dryer roller? Replace it. A car alternator bearing, replace it. So it feels reasonable to assume a washer bearing is the same kind of problem. But a front-load washer has one extra detail that turns simple into decision. In a front-load washer, the bearings don't just support a spinning shaft. They live in the rear half of the outer tub, and they're protected by a seal. That seal's job is to keep wash water out of the bearings for years. So here's the uncomfortable truth. The bearings usually aren't the first thing to go bad. The first thing to go bad is usually the seal. Once water sneaks past it, the bearings lose the clean, greasy life they were designed for. They start to corrode, they get rough, and they get loud. And now the bearing repair isn't just replace a bearing. It's undo the consequences of water getting to places water never should have been. That's why this repair has such a split reputation. You're not just swapping a part, you're reversing a chain reaction. Picture the system from the inside out. You have the inner drum where clothes go. That drum is bolted to a support bracket, often called the spider arm. The spider connects to a shaft. That shaft passes through the back of the outer tub. On the other side of that tub wall, the shaft rides on bearings. Between the wet side and the bearings is the tub seal. When everything is healthy, the drum spins smoothly, the seal keeps water where it belongs, and the bearings live a quiet, uneventful life. But when the seal starts leaking, water takes a shortcut into the bearing area. Once water has been there long enough, it can also damage the shaft and the spider. That's the trap. You came for a bearing, and you might discover you actually need a bearing, a seal, and the structural parts that touch them. If you search for washer bearing, you'll see kits that look like an obvious win. Bearings and a seal can cost way less than a new washer. So why do so many people walk away from this repair? Because the cost of a bearing job is rarely the bearing, it's access. To reach those bearings, the washer basically has to be opened up like a clamshell. Top off, front off, door boot detached, counterweights out, hoses disconnected, wiring moved aside, the entire tub assembly comes out. Then the outer tub has to be separated, then the inner drum has to come out, then you finally get to the bearing pocket in the rear of the tub. And now you hit the moment that decides everything. Are the bearings meant to be removed? Some models use a rear tub half that's designed to accept bearings that can be pressed in and out. Other models effectively say, when bearings are rough, replace the whole rear tub assembly. Sometimes with bearings already installed. And some push it even further, steering you toward replacing the entire tub assembly. That design choice changes the economics more than any part price. So, let's make it practical. If your washer is making that roar, first confirm it's actually bearing related and not something simpler like a trapped item, a loose pulley, or a wobbling drum from another issue. A bearing roar tends to scale smoothly with speed and doesn't come and go randomly. Then pay attention to two clues that hint at unfriendly failure. One is play. if you can lift the inner drum up and down through the door opening and feel a noticeable clunk, that can suggest bigger wear. Bearings, yes, but possibly also the spider or shaft surfaces. The other is evidence of a leak. Rust streaks, grime trails, or watermarks near the rear of the tub area are a hint that the water has been traveling where it shouldn't. And the longer that's been happening, the higher the odds the shaft and spider are part of the story. Now, combine that with the reality of access. If you're hiring it out, labor is the dominant cost because of the teardown. If you're doing it yourself, time and risk are the dominant costs. Either way, the question becomes, are you comfortable investing a lot into a repair that might reveal more damage once you're deep inside? That's the real decision. A bearing repair makes sense when the washer is otherwise a good machine. Controls work, no reoccurring error issues, no chronic leaks, and you can get the correct parts for your exact model in a way that matches how it's built. If your model supports replacing the rear tub half with bearings installed, that can be a sweet spot. Still a big repair, but more predictable. If your model requires pressing bearings and installing a seal, it can still be worth it, especially for a confident DIYer with the patience to do it carefully. Because seal installation and clean surfaces are everything. But if the washer is already older, has other problems stacking up, or the parts path pushes you towards a giant tub assembly cost, the bearing roar might be the machine telling you, it's time. The satisfying twist here is that the loudest part of the washer isn't the most expensive part. The expensive part is how far the machine makes you go to reach it, and what you discover on the way. So instead of asking, are bearings worth replacing? Ask, did the seal failure stay contained, and is my model designed for a reasonable bearing repair? Answer that, and the decision gets surprisingly clear. And that's a great feeling, because once you understand what's really happening inside that roaring washer, you're not guessing anymore, you're choosing.